Hi mathematicians, you recognize what I've got here, these centicubes or MAB blocks, they are also called. This is 1 and this is 10. So 10, 1 long we sometimes call this, is equal to 10 of the ones that I have here. Sometimes when we are doing subtraction, taking away, well, I can't break this in half. I need to trade this for 10 singles. My 1 long, which is worth 10, for 10 of the singles. So I'll bring these in and trade it out. If I had one of these longs or 10s and I needed to take some away, say I needed to take 3 away from this, I'm a bit stuck because I can't break it in half. It is just one long thing of 10. What I can do is swap it. Swap this long 10 for these 10 singles. Now, if I wanted to take 3 away, I can do it much more easily than if I wanted to break this in half. Sometimes when we're doing written subtraction, it works in the same way. I have 12 here, 1 long which is worth 10, and then my 2 singles. And I need to take away 3. Well, I can take away 2 really easily, but then I'm just left with this 1 long. So just like I did before, I'm going to trade this 10, or this 1 long, which is worth 10, away for 10 singles. Now I can much more easily take away my 3, and I am left with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 12 take away 3 equals 9. As our subtraction gets more difficult with bigger numbers, this idea of trading a 10 for 10 singles comes in really handy. Let's take a look. I've got a big subtraction sum here that I'm not going to be able to do in my head. I'll need to write it out. 54 take away 16. And I'll add an answer line. Now, just like addition, subtraction is the same. I'll start with my units column here. Now I've got 54 and I need to take away 16. I'm starting with 4 and I need to take away 6. I can't do that. So just like we traded the longs and the shorts, the ones of our centicubes, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take one of these from the 5, so that'll become a 4 now, and I'm going to bring it over here. That 1 comes down here and it becomes just like 10 of these plus the 4 that was already there, so it's 14. Now I can do 14 take away 6 makes 8, and well, I crossed out the 5 to remind me that I had already taken 1 away from this column. So what I was left with was 4 take away 1 makes 3. So I'm left with my final answer, 38. Here's another example. 30 take away 11. I've made sure to write my algorithm nice and neatly with my units column and tens column in a nice clear line so that I don't confuse myself. Let's start with our units column. And we're in a bit of a pickle again. 0 take away 1, that's not going to work. So just like last time, I'll have to trade or borrow from the next column. I'll take 1 from here and change that to a 2. I'll bring that down here and add that onto what I've already got. So I have 10 now. 10 take away 1, well, I can do that. 10 take away 1 is 9. And now moving on to my next column, 2 take away 1 is 1. Let's do one last example. 42 take away 29. I've got my units column and my tens column. I'll start with the units. 2 take away 9 I cannot do. So I'll have to go to the next column to borrow. I'll just take 1, so I'll cross that out and write 3 there, and I'll bring that 1 over and write it next to the 2, not above it, but just a little bit next to it, so that it looks like a 12 and I don't get tricked. 12 take away 9 is 3. And now to my tens column, I've got my 3 there to remind me, or don't take away from 4, it's a 3 now. 3 take away 2 is 1. And my answer to 42 take away 29 is 13.